Here's something that I almost forgot I even had. This is a Soviet-made transistor radio kit. I believe it's from the 1980s, but I'm not 100% sure of that. Maybe one of you guys can read Russian and tell me what it says. I know I did translate the name of the radio a while ago, and that says Kiev, which is the capital of Ukraine. I assume this means ages 14 and up can assemble the People's Radio. The bottom of the box is the same as the top. Alright, let's take a look inside. Carefully open that. There we go. Here's the instructions, all in Russian, of course. Try and straighten that out a little bit. Bit of almost like newspaper kind of paper. I believe this is Russian, at least. It could also be Ukrainian. You know, they use the same alphabet. Of course, it doesn't want to cooperate. I've only got one free hand. I think it's safe to assume that this is the parts list here. The Pinup diagram for the transistors. The resistor code. I find it kind of interesting that the R's on the resistor numbers there aren't what we would call in the US at least reversed. They are in the rest of the text. I believe this circuit's actually a TRF, or tuned radio frequency circuit, not a super heterodyne. Yeah, it definitely is, actually. You can see there's no IF transformers between the transistor stages. Very unusual for a radio from this time period, especially one that has 8 transistors. Super heterodynes were the standard decades before this was made. I don't know how well it performs, and I don't really plan on building it. There can't be too many of these kits left unassembled. I'm not sure if the original owner of this kit wrote that in, or that got written in on the factory, or at the factory rather. Maybe that's a part substitution or something, or an omission that they added back in. I don't know. Here's the radio itself. So take a look inside where they've got all the parts stored. There's the circuit board. Might be a date stamp there, 0790. Could have been made just before the fall of the Soviet Union. Here's some of the parts. As with other Soviet-made radios I've gotten in my possession, you can see that the parts are marked the same way that they are here. 10 volts, 20 microfarads. The language of science is universal. Those orange squares are capacitors, and you can see some of the transistors in there. I believe that's one as well, yeah. Packaging style is a little different than we're used to seeing here in the US. Here's the tuning capacitor and the volume control and the dial. You can see it's not marked in meters or kilocycles, it's just marked 0 to 10. I guess because it's not calibrated, and with no IF transformers or anything, or oscillator coil, there's no way to really tune this thing anyway, other than adjusting resistor and capacitor values. I don't think there's even any trimmers on the back of this tuning cap, no. So there's no way to adjust what this thing receives. The alignment, that is. This is presumably the speaker. Oh, actually, it looks like I can open the box without tearing at those staples. So let's take a look. Just an 8-ohm speaker. That's a huge dust cap on the speaker there. I wonder why it's like that. Pretty big magnet too for such a small speaker. Probably got decent sound quality. It's got quite a bit of travel. There's the antenna. I think this set is both AM and longwave. Yeah, that pretty much confirms it. It's got 2 separate windings there. One of them's in cloth-covered wire, which is very odd. Let me take a quick look at the schematic. See if that is this is a 2-band set. Yeah, it looks like that switch that's in the package either connects or disconnects one of the coils there. So I think it's safe to say this is designed to receive both AM and longwave. Runs off of 9 volts. It's kind of like the Soviet version of the American Heath kits. Seems like there's a lot of description in that manual there to make it easier to put together. If I were to assemble this, I'd have to go by just the schematic. But like I said, I don't really plan on doing that. Well, thanks for watching.